to ask that in the comments we can just put anything that we know digital literacy to be. So if you are asked what is digital literacy, what does it mean to you? Can you just put that in the comments quickly? I'm just going to have a quick look at that. Okay, someone is raising their hand. And if you also want to talk, you can just raise your hand and you'd be allowed to do so. Can we please put what we know digital literacy to be in the comments? I'm not seeing any messages from anyone. So if we can do that, please. Are we still here? Yes, exactly. Using the chat box.
Who is going to bail the cat?
Okay. Should I assume that no one knows what digital literacy is? Is that what everyone is saying? I don't want to believe that nobody knows what digital literacy is. So someone should just say something and then would move on to the next thing. Okay, if we are not having any definitions, I'll just go straight into it to tell us what I know digital literacy to be. So digital literacy means the ability to, okay, oh, that's perfect. I'm just going to have a look at that. Okay, King Daniel says digital literacy refers to the skills or knowledge required to make use of digital technologies like smartphones, computers, internet to evaluate and create information, okay? And Pet Terra says knowing one's way around internet platforms and utilizing them, exactly. Those are very great definitions there. So I'm going to give some further definitions of digital literacy, just for us to understand the topic and to know exactly what we are talking about. So digital literacy could mean the ability to find, to evaluate, utilize, create, and communicate information using digital tools. So it's like a process, and you are able to find something, you are able to evaluate or assess what you have found, you are able to utilize it, to use it to your advantage, to leverage it, and you're able to communicate whatever it is that you have found using digital tools. So if you have access to digital devices, like maybe your mobile phones, like laptops, you can access the internet. And these are the things that are used for most of the tasks in the digital space. Then you have an opportunity to tap from what this evolving technology has to offer. If you have a phone, you have a laptop, you can access the internet. There is nothing limiting you from taking advantage of what the digital space has to offer you. So I have on, can we go to the previous slide, please? Oh, no, the next one, sorry. Yes, so I found a definition for digital literacy by the United Nations Education now scientific and cultural organization. And they've defined digital literacy as the ability to assess, manage, understand, integrate, communicate, evaluate, and create information safely and appropriately through digital technology. So these all seems like big definitions, but to just break it down, it's just you knowing, as Petra said in the comments, in the chat box, that knowing your way around the internet, knowing your way around the digital space, knowing how to use them to your advantage, what they can do for you, because there's a lot that can be done with the digital space. So the next thing that we are going to talk about, I try to highlight some things that are the starting point of digital literacy. So oftentimes when we hear digital literacy, most people assume that we're talking about the tech bros, the techies, the people doing the big things, the advanced technologies and all of that. But digital literacy actually starts from basic and simple things, you know, these seemingly little details and all those things that we might think they are not really a lot. And we are going to have a look at a list and go through them one after the other. So the first thing on this list I have is how to search for jobs online. So you want to do something online, you need to get a job. You know, the topic is digital literacy. So it means you are looking to do something online. So if you want to do something online, you are searching for a job, you need a job, or maybe you are a student, you need admission. You need to know how to navigate platforms to get what you want, to search for the kind of jobs you want, to access the kind of information relevant to the job that you want. So another thing to that is things such as creating your own LinkedIn profile, creating an online presence for yourself. So something as little as having an Instagram profile, being able to put that up for yourself, registering an online presence, it takes a little bit of digital literacy to do things like that. And another thing on the list is how to create and modify your own CV. So you've gone online, you've searched for a job, you've seen the job description, you've seen the job requirements, you've seen everything. Then you need to apply for the job, you need to submit your CV, you need to put something down, but you don't even know where to start from. So you need a bit of digital literacy to know how to put things together, to know how to tailor your CV to fit into whatever job description you're trying to apply to or whatever you are trying to do on the internet. And another aspect to it is knowing how to use search engines and media platforms. So how to use digital platforms, how to use media platforms is a great part of digital literacy. So for example, you need to know about something. The first thing that comes to your mind, you want to check online. You need to know the kind of prompts that you are putting. You know, if you use let's say Google, for example, you're trying to find an information on Google. Whatever prompt you put, or the way you put your question, the way you ask the question determines the kind of results that it gives to you. So you need some bit of knowing how to use search engines to know the kind of prompt you put in to get the kind of answers that you need. And another one on the list is how to use collaborative tools. So things like this, things like creating meeting links. For example, we are all on this call. We were able to join the meeting. Somebody created this meeting. It took a bit of digital literacy to do that, to organize this meeting, create a link that was sent to every one of us to join this meeting. So that's also part of it. It goes as little as creating WhatsApp group, because I saw an incident recently where there was a mistake, someone trying to create a WhatsApp group and adding their entire contacts to the group and everything. It takes a bit of digital literacy to do things like that. And also learning skills online. Learning skills online. You want to go online to learn how to do something. You need to know the platform that you'd use for that. You need to know how to navigate that platform, how to use it, how to get the information you want from it. So this list is not exhaustive. It's just basic things to know when seeking digital knowledge that I've just put together to enlighten us as a starting point of digital literacy. So the next thing that I would like to go into, okay, so because this is digital literacy for earning and empowerment. Thank you so much. I can see my friends in this meeting. Thank you so much. So digital literacy groups and tools. That's the, can I have the next slide, please? Thank you so much. So this is just a grouping that I did myself, trying to group some things together to enlighten us on this topic. And because we are talking about digital literacy for earning and empowerment, there's a bit of focus on businesses and career kind of. So if you are into something else that we are not really talking about, I apologize for that. So we are not being partial, is because of the focus of the topic. So the first group that we have is the basic group. And this has more advantages for people that are business owners, whether you're just starting a small business or you already have a running business that you're doing. So we have things like social media as tools for you to improve earning in your business. And we also have e-commerce platforms. So I'm going to talk briefly on each point. And if you're talking about social media, we all know social media. We know WhatsApp, we know Instagram, we know TikTok, we know all of those things. So knowing how to use these platforms for your business to improve your earning, to improve your customer base. I said earlier that if you have a phone, if you have a laptop, if you can access the internet, you do not have any limit to what you can do in the digital space. So if you have any of these things and you have a business and you are still having issues with getting customers, getting clients, getting enough patronage, then there's something that you need to start doing. You need to start utilizing your social media platforms. For example, I'm going to use myself as an example for that. Um, Shortly before my NYSC, I started a fashion brand. And what I was doing then was making ready to wear outfits that I sell. And I make these outfits. I use Canva to design my flyers, take pictures of them, design my flyers, and do all of those things. Post them onto um, all my social media platforms, get my friends to repost for me, and do all of those things. And I was able to get good patronage from doing all of those things. And as a matter of fact, I even had majority of my customers not being in my local vicinity. That's something that knowing how to use digital platforms like social media can do for you. So there were people patronizing from other states, from other countries, patronizing the business and willing to buy what I'm selling from using that. So you can, if you are selling, if you have a business, you have products that you're selling, you have things that you are doing, trying to make profit from, and you are still limiting yourself to maybe your church members, your friends around you, and all of those things. You need to start using your media space very well. You need to start using your social media very well. And another thing in the basic group, another point that I've grouped in the basic group is using e-commerce platform. So for people in Nigeria, we have things like Jumia. I think we also use Amazon in Nigeria. I'm not very sure about that. But using platforms like Jumia, like Konga, like Gigi, all of those things, and even having your own website as a business owner. So if you see most of all these Instagram vendors recently, a lot of them are utilizing websites for their businesses. This is something you may not need to maybe build a website yourself or do these things yourself, but this is you leveraging the digital space to improve your business productivity. So maybe you have a business, website for your business, and you have your customers going to the website to place their orders and all of those things. First of all, you can run that business online. You don't necessarily need a physical store to do that. You can run that business online. Your customers buy from your website. You do the logistics, you send it to them, you give them more time to explore online. They are not in your store asking you so many questions. Everything they want to ask about, they can see different things on your website, they can see FAQs on your website, whatever they need to ask for. So if at all they want to contact you, it has to be in very unavoidable, for very unavoidable reasons, or for any detail that is not available on maybe your website. So business owners, whether you're running a small business or you are doing you already have a very growing business and you are not utilizing things like this, these are things that we need to focus on, that is going to improve our business productivity and efficiency. And so we'll go to the next group. And I think I'm going to dwell more on this because the list is kind of longer than the other ones. So I've grouped this and called it the intermediate group. And examples of these are the knowing how to use things like Microsoft Word, Google Documents. Let's say as a student, typing your own reports, as the topic we are talking about is digital literacy for earning and empowerment. So it's a form of empowerment if you are able to, type your own report as a student, or maybe as someone working in the corporate space, you have a report to submit, and you are able to use things, tools like these to generate your report, and you're able to use different features on these tools to do whatever you are trying to do. And we also have tools like Microsoft Excel and Google Sheets. So for this one, I'm so sorry if being if I'm focusing so much on business people. I have a bit of business mindset, so it's really going to reflect in everything I'm talking about. So if for example you are a business owner, or you are planning to be one, things like Microsoft Excel and Google Sheets are platforms that you should learn because they would really help you. Do you know that some people are running businesses that are not profitable and they do not know, because they are not taking stock, they are not tracking their sales, they are not tracking their income, they don't know their profit. They just know that they are selling, and there's a money cycle in their account. They are not sure of what is going on. So if as a business, see, no matter how little you think what you are selling is, you need to start all these kind of things from somewhere. It's a foundation you lay for yourself that you build up. And when your business continues to scale, you continue to do things like this and you evolve into more advanced technologies if you can't use these ones again. So no matter what you are selling at the moment, you are able to use um, Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets. You're able to take stock of your products. You know how many of these you have. You know how many you have sold. You are able to track your sales. You are able to maybe know your highest selling products. If you track your sales, you know what people are buying the most. You know the kind of products to restock at different times. You know, oh, people buy less of this thing at this time of the year, so I'm going to stock less of it. I'm going to buy more of this one. So you're able to track your sales. You're able to track things like your highest selling products, the period when you have the highest sales, and the products that you are selling at that time. You're able to differentiate between your income, your profit, your expenses. You know when your business is running at a loss. You know when you're not making profits. You know what you need to do to increase your profits. So things like having knowledge of Microsoft Excel would help you know how to do these things. So this is something that anyone here who is a business owner that doesn't do it already should embrace these kind of things. And also there is Microsoft PowerPoint. um that's like what we are using to do the presentation of this session now. So I'm using that as a guide to deliver this session, and it's been helpful for us from the beginning of the session to go through what we are talking about. So I'm not just reading from a paper or reading from a book to everyone. So we have a visual representation of what we are talking about. So even if I'm buttressing more on the topic, we have the bullet points and everyone knows, oh, this is what we are talking about. Also, we have things like Canva. Okay, I talked about Canva earlier, myself using Canva to design flyers for my business. So let's say maybe, for example, you are a food vendor, you sell food, you are able to design your menu with Canva. When people go on, maybe you've built your online presence on Instagram, on whatever media platform you're using. When someone goes to your page, they don't need to first call you or do all of those things before they can access your menu. You've designed something with Canva and you've posted it on your platform. They can see it there. So that's something that is useful as well. And there are things like Google Ads and Meta Ads that we can utilize as business owners to earn in our businesses. So for that one, I have quite a personal example, because as an undergraduate, I was a Forever business owner. I don't know if anyone has heard about Forever products. I was a Forever business owner, and I did a lot of Facebook ads myself to sell my products. I still know how to do all of that because I learned it back then, and I'm able to do them till present. When you learn things like that, they hardly leave you. So I use things like that to sell my products online, deliver to people, and do all of those things. So let's say you want to do your ads to promote your business. If what you're doing is maybe selling products or services, you can use things like Google Ads, things like Meta Ads to promote your business. And how do you use them if you don't? How do you use them to your advantage if you don't learn how to use them? So they are great skills to have. They are great skills to own as business owner. And the third group that I've listed here and called the advanced group. And I think this would interest people who are looking into more advanced things, or maybe corporate jobs and all of that. So these are digital skills mostly required in corporate organizations and bigger businesses. So we are talking about things like SQL, like Python, like Power BI, like Figma for UI UX. So some people learn things like these to pursue a career in that field, in that line. So I'm so sorry about that. I have a son and I think he's crying, but I'm going to still be here for some minutes. So an example of that is maybe someone learned how to use Power BI, or you learn how to use SQL or something like that. And you are able to get yourself a remote job from wherever you are. You're able to apply for a job and you're able to get it because you've learned how to use those things. And you are able to, you have the skills required. So when you find a job online, you have the skills required to apply for such things, and you have more advantage. I'm so sorry that I'm distracted, guys. I'm going to need
Uh,
a minute
I
to.
yeah, you can take 3 minutes. I'm going to use
Ye-
that to do some
yes, thank
announcements that
you.
I have. Yeah, you
All
have
right,
to.
thank you.
Yes. Okay, everyone. Thank you for accepting the 3 minutes break that our host is taking. It's just going to take a while. Yeah, these things happen. So thank you so much for joining us. I'm not going to say anything on the digital literacy. I'm just going to say thank you so much for joining SMP sessions. I was just chatting with a friend of mine and I said SMP, the topics that we planned for SMP, we've exhausted them. We had 10 topics, which was broken to 11. We planned teamwork and leadership, but at some point we had to separate it because they are quite elaborate topics. So we had 11 topics that were planned, and we did part two of three of them. So this is SMP 14, and we started May last year. So I think we deserve a little round of applause for what we've done. If you don't mind, you can. Yeah, thank you so much, Sarah. Brazak, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And I believe that you've learned a lot from this. But the main thing that I'm going to say is that while I was bringing a lot of people to talk to us younger persons to be able to learn one or two. Like, thank you so much for the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Yeah. Well, while everyone thought that it is for younger persons, I found myself being one of the main students learning from the different persons, and I can tell you that the things that I've learned from our guests have actually stayed with me and they've made me a better person. And I think that that might also be the case for some of us in this place. Please, we have a YouTube channel where all these very nice information and sessions are being uploaded. They are being recorded, like this session is being recorded already, and I'm going to be uploading it to that platform. If you search YouTube and you search Michael Raleigh SMP, you are going to see the account, and you can always go back to listen to all these videos. By this time tomorrow, this video would also be up there. So please avail yourself the opportunity to listen to these free resources. Like I have said, most of the people that have come to this platform to talk to us are friends that we've known each other for a while, and they've been able to do well for themselves, and they have that experience and that result for them to speak to us on these topics. So I would really love us to learn from their wealth of experience. While we are still expecting Rebecca to be back, I also have another good news. The good news is that we are going to be having a series of 3 sessions that will be following this one, and I'm very excited to share them with you at the end of this wonderful session by Rebecca. So We did well in your absence. Uh,
I'm so sorry
yeah,
about that.
no,
Uh,
it's totally
I'm
fine. So you
so
have the
sorry,
floor.
everyone. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, thank you so much. So, I was on the group 3, and we're talking about the more advanced tools, and that's actually was going to lead us into the next slide, which is talking about digital careers and opportunities. Can we have the next slide, please? Okay, thank you so much. So, when we're talking about digital careers and opportunities, there are so many different things you can do in the digital space if you have the required digital skills to do them. So, for example, on the there are different things. So the first one on the list is freelancing. There is digital marketing and remote jobs. So if you are talking about freelancing, that is platforms you can use for things like that. You have Fiverr, we have Upwork, freelancer.com, and the kind of skills that are required on this kind of platform. So this is for people who are looking to build a career with with in the digital space, using tools and things to facilitate business growth and development, and to improve their career and source of earning. So the kind of skills that are in demand if you want to explore job opportunities on platforms like Fiverr, Upwork, and freelancer.com, we have designing, content writing, virtual assistant. There is also video editing. Those are the kind of skills that you can have to explore this kind of opportunities. So I'm going to talk shortly about where to learn these kind of things after going through them. So there's also digital marketing, and this involves selling products or services. And these days, you can actually do digital marketing on so many platforms. So I don't know if TikTok is the same as it is over here. But here, there are so many people on TikTok selling things, and then they tell you, click the yellow basket if you want this item. So they try to market the product to you. They tell you, they give a review of the product, and then they advertise it to you. Okay, buy if you are interested in this, click the yellow basket to buy this item. So by you doing that, they are earning a percentage from whatever you purchase using their link. So it's a source of income for them. And then people sell on Instagram, and there's this platform also that is used by most content creators to sell digital products like ebooks and all of those things. It's called Stan. I don't know if anyone have heard of Stan. It's a very popular platform that is used to sell digital products. So let's say you put something together, you are able to maybe write a book, you have an ebook or something. So you're not a business person, you know how to write, you know how to package e-products. You can sell on places like that to earn a source of income. And there are also remote jobs. So currently, there are so many global companies that are looking to hire remote talent from different parts of the world, Africa, Asia, and all of that, because they are looking at affordability. And I don't like to call it cheap, because we are not cheap. We are not cheap in Nigeria. So they are looking for affordable services. So they are exploring different countries aside their base or their headquarters. So you need some skills to be able to qualify for this job. And we talked about the basics of digital literacy earlier, talking about knowing how to find jobs, where to find jobs. So let's assume you are in Nigeria and you are trying to find um remote job from, say, a company that's abroad, you need to know where to find those kind of jobs. You need to know. So you see that the basic things we talk about are coming back to show that they are very essential to even the bigger things. So it doesn't actually start from the advanced ones. Those ones are the foundation that you need to explore the bigger things. So you know where to find those jobs, you know how to apply for them. They've asked you to submit a CV, you know what to put in your CV, you know how to tailor your CV to that job application. They've invited you for an interview, you know how to join the meeting. They are saying mute your mic, you know how to mute your mic, you know how to do all of those. Is as important as that, all of those things. So you need to know where to do all of that. So I'm going to give examples of where you can apply for maybe jobs. Let's say you are in Nigeria, you are looking to apply for remote jobs with companies that are abroad. So before that, some of the skills that most companies look out for are things like just the I'm just going to mention the common ones that we all know. Please, this is not, don't be limited by this list I'm going to mention. There are a lot more that you can do in the digital space and in maybe getting jobs abroad. So they have skills like customer service in high demand, tech support, data analysis, content writing, virtual assistant. I mentioned virtual assistants earlier when I talked about freelancing. So I know of someone in the UK that has a business and has a PA who is in Nigeria. So the PA is able to organize meetings, arrange client profile, and all of those things, and working from Nigeria and earning in foreign currency. So those are the kind of opportunities that digital literacy can open you up to. So the examples of platforms where you can apply for, let's say you are looking to apply for remote jobs or anything like that, are places like Indeed, LinkedIn Jobs, We Work Remotely, Remote OK. And if you're looking to learn, because I mean, you need to know something before you can show interest in those kind of jobs. So if you're looking to learn, I know of two platforms of which I've had a training with one of them, and they are ALX and Utiva. I had a training with Utiva on data analysis, and it was quite educating and insightful. So you can look at those options, but they are paid. But if you are looking for maybe free options to learn these skills, you can find videos on YouTube. You can find some free courses on places like Udemy, like Coursera, and things like that. So if you are looking to maybe you are willing to maybe pay some amount to get the kind of skills you want, so you can be looking at maybe places like Google Digital Garage. You can be looking at IBM to learn some of those things. So another thing I'm going to say about remote jobs is that you don't necessarily need it depends on the kind of job you are looking at or the kind of job you are doing. For example, in my job, despite me having a knowledge of Microsoft Excel, SQL, Power BI, a little bit of Python, I don't use any of them on my job. But having trained myself, have myself trained in those things, help me to use because in my organization we have internal tools that we use. So they train you on how to use them, and that is what we use on the job. So you are able to adapt quickly and learn faster on new things when you have idea of, let's say, maybe the common ones and the very popular ones. So if you are thinking, oh, I don't want to do any of these, you still need them if you want maybe a remote job, but or work in a company that are reliant on digital tools to facilitate their business. You can't escape learning how to use this. You can't escape digital literacy at all. So this would take us to the next slide, and I'm doing a bit of wrap up now. So I'm going to encourage everyone with this. Should I say encourage? I think I should say I'm challenging you. I'm challenging you. So now I'd like to say if you don't have any digital skill at all, from this session, you need to pick one to learn before the end of this year. If you are already learning one, you need to make sure you finish it. Or if there is one that you've learned but you are not really good at it, so I'm challenging you to improve yourself on that skill before the end of the year. And the second one is take a free course. Find something you don't know, a free course on it, on YouTube, on Coursera, on Udemy, something to do to learn a new skill that you can learn from. And for all the people, the advanced tech bros and sis in our midst, the people that know everything and they already know it all, you need to teach someone what you know. So everything we've discussed today, you already know it. We are excited that you are here. So you are going to teach someone what you already know. So that's it for that. And in summary, I'm going to say digital literacy includes creativity, it includes communication, it includes critical thinking. So whether you're in school, whether you're running a business, whether you're job hunting, digital literacy skills empower you. They improve your business, they improve your job, they give you a leverage on whatever you do, and they give you everything that you need. They give you an advantage. I mean, great advantages. So thank you so much for listening to me, and I really hope that you've been able to pick one or two things from this session. And at this point, I'm going to hand over to Pastor Biola. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much, Becca. Please, can we appreciate Becca for this very nice session? Thank you so much for giving us that challenge. And I really, really want to advise everybody here to take that challenge, because in the end, we are just a little bit better than somebody else to get the job, to get the business, to get the offers, to get the opportunities that we have. It's not because we know a lot of things, so much, but just that little edge that we got from whatever we learn is going to make the difference in the end. So please, let's celebrate her one more time, because speaking of challenges, I think that she is a perfect example of that. Yeah, she's like she said, she's a friend that I know for a very long time now, and I've seen her taking very, very strong challenges in terms of a career, in terms of moving on. Like she said, she did her BSc in chemistry, and then she's went into business, the fashion business, and now she's into business and the analytics and data. That is like three different worlds, and you can be sure that somebody like that would survive, not only survive, would thrive and would excel in wherever, continent, wherever place that you put them. So I think we have the best person talking to us about challenge, and we do not take it for granted. So if you are here today, please try as much as possible to pick one of these things to do, to learn, to teach, to find, to develop, to improve. And I believe that this is going to be something that you remember as one of the turning points for your business, for your career, or for your just day-to-day improvement. So thank you so much, Becca. I must really say that there are some things that most of us take for granted: the skills on Excel, the skills on spreadsheets, the skills on Word. Some, like you said, there are the tech bros, they use Fiverr, they use all these things, and they think it comes easy. It doesn't come easy. It comes with a lot of work, and it comes with a lot of dedication. So thank you for doing that work to tell us that we can actually do better and we can find our way around improving. So thank you. And for everybody that has listened, thank you so much for your time, and we do appreciate you coming around one more time. So I am going to jump very, very fast into our announcements. We have like 5 to 7 minutes to go. Like I said, we have come to the I would say the end of the first set of topics that we put together. And this was inspired by me looking around and seeing that there could be one or two pieces of information that could transform the lives of younger persons, myself included. And we came up with 10, 11 topics, which we look for the best speakers to talk to us about. And I can honestly tell you that we got the best out of these people, and you can prove me right by listening to all the recordings that has been shared. I challenged us earlier to search for Michael SMP on YouTube, and you are going to see all these recordings stored up there, and you can always listen to it at your convenient time. And I'm also very, very glad to share with you one important news that has been cooking for a while. And I'm going to be sharing my screen now, and I would need to know that you can see it by giving me an emoji. Can you see my screen? Okay, thank you so much. So this came from people asking me that I've been bringing people to talk to us, and I have not taken any of these topics myself. And I responded by saying I am content with bringing people to speak to us because we all need to learn. But I think this is the right time for us to also what's it called, to hear one or two things from the host. Like you can see, I am very, very excited about this, and at the same time I'm a little bit cautious because I know that I have something to share, but more importantly, I would love every one of us to gain one or two things from the things that I have put together. And for us to move into the next set of life skills that I'll be planning for the SMP, I want us to take a little break to focus on something. And it's one of the things that I have learned from over 15 years of working very closely with young people. Like I always say, it's a platform for younger people because, I'm also young myself. And I have had the opportunity to grow up with younger people, to teach in schools, to have opportunity with children in religious settings. And I feel that some things really, really stand out. and one of them is the programming skills. And when I speak of programming, I'm not talking of R, Python, and all these things. I speak of what we have been designed to be. And without wasting much of your time, we will divide it into three programming skills. We'll do parental programming in July, society programming in August, and self-programming in September. Uh, I would not be able to say a lot about it here, but who you are is dependent on how you were raised in your family, by the kind of father, the kind of mother that you had. And in extension, the society is also what makes a man, the kind of area that you grew up. If you grew up in Banana Island, we expect some things from you than from somebody that is living on the mainland. There would just be those things, even if you can fake the accent. And in September, I'll be looking at how have you programmed yourself, and how can you program yourself to be able to get best out of life. I am super, super excited to speak with you on this topic, and I would love you to please join our next 3 sessions and invite your friends. The flyers will be out close to the end of July. It's going to be the last Sunday of this month, and I'm very, very excited to share with you how you have been programmed, how you can reprogram yourself, and how you can use the right programming that has been done for you. So fingers crossed myself, because I can't wait to learn from the things that I'm going to also share with you. If you are excited about what we have coming in the next 3 months, I am also excited. So thank you so much for joining us. And in wrapping up, I'm going to say, please do not forget, this session is recorded and you can listen to it and listen again. I'm going to give you a very short testimony. The last time that we had this SMP was last month. We did study skills and note taking, and one of our guests gave us this insight into this very nice summary app called the NLM. I don't know if you have heard about it or you've used it at all. So that was my first time of hearing it, and I can tell you that it was super, super helpful in my coursework that I just finished last week. It's like an AI app that helps you to summarize, sets of documents. So there's so much to learn from this space, and I would love you to stay tuned. Lastly, we still run our coaching program where you can share what you want to do and how you want to do it. And I'm excited to follow you up to see that you make tremendous progress in whatever you have planned to do, but you've not been able to commit yourself to do it. So if you are in that category and you feel like reaching out, I'm right here. You have my phone number, you have my email, but if you don't have it, you can always check from our YouTube channel. So thank you so much, everybody, for a wonderful session this evening. Thank you so much, Rebecca, for your time, and we are super, super grateful. See you end of July. That is going to be July 27. Yeah, see you July 27, and God bless. Yeah. You can do an emoji or meet yourself, say hi to 1 or 2 people, and we'll be calling it a night here. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you, Pastor Biola. Thank you, Sister Rebecca.
Thank you so much, Pastor Mike.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Have a good evening. Yes, I'm going to reach out to the person who won our quiz. And if you still want to take the quiz, You can always use this information that I'm dropping in the chat box now. It's just a bit of, there's a 2,000 naira card for the winner. So you can shoot your shot. Have a good night.